to cooperate with the system, as in sales to districts. I'm interested in hearing that perspective, true, untrue, and if so, what's also your thought on startups whose model is to sell directly to teachers?
So what is true is that when we were starting, in investing in the sector, we avoided that because we didn't understand it. And because we didn't understand how we could really successfully sell to districts, we didn't feel like our judgment was good enough to be able to know who to bet on. I think we're a little further up the learning curve now and are kind of broadening our approach. So it's no longer off the table for us, but I will say it is just hard. A team would have to have deep experience in selling to districts or the equivalent and a very plausible thesis about what they were going to try to do to, you know, help mitigate the risk. So selling to teachers as a starting point is one thing, and it is interesting. We've seen multiple companies that get some, you know, initially impressive numbers. But the question is, where do you go from there? Because teachers aren't going to pay out of their own pockets in any sort of to generate revenue levels that would be meaningful for most companies. And it's kind of like, and this is I know we're out of time, so I want to leave you with this thought. It's part of a general pattern, which is that startups in some sense have gotten so easy to start that we're confusing two things. And what we're confusing often is how far you could get, like in your first day of travel, with how long it's going to take to get up to the top of the mountain. Because it's clear startups can get so much further, you know, on their first day than they used to be able to. We might think, oh, well, how hard could it be to get up to the high altitudes of success? But as you try to ascend to the higher altitudes, where you need to raise a lot of capital, build an organization, execute at a more complex level. If you're selling to schools and districts, engage in sort of longer-term relationship selling that takes a period of time to achieve success. All that can be done, but all that, because it involves people and messy things about people, it's not a Moore's Law sort of thing. That's not particularly faster or easier than it used to be. And so we're just cautious in looking at things, not just, oh, it is so great that in your first 3 weeks you've gotten 50,000 people to download this or to use this new free service. Well, that's remarkable. That is a great start, whatever it is, you know, as teachers doing something with their students. And we appreciate that, but we also look carefully and think about, well, is the team really equipped for high altitude travel? Have they operated, you know, can they operate in low oxygen atmospheres for long periods of time? And that's just a separate, it's a separate kind of inquiry that has its own criteria. And sometimes teams get very frustrated and disappointed because they go, we're doing so great, but, you know, we'll see how it all comes out. So I'm so eager to be part of the judging panel and listen to the pitches and help give some constructive suggestions. I will get off stage.